Welcome to Yoga Stretch. My name is Katie. Today we're going to get twisted. Twists are very good for our body. They aid our digestion, energize us, as well as detoxify our body. So very important to do some twisting. Now we've got 4 parts to our spine. The first part is cervical, and that's our neck region. The second part is from the shoulders to the bottom of the rib cage, and that's our thoracic area. And from below that is our lumbar, from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the hips. And below that is our sacrum, the fused bones, down at the lower end of our spine, just between the buttocks. So it's important to know this because the twisting is primarily from the neck. We get 50% of our twisting from the head movement, side to side. 35% is from the thoracic region, from the shoulders to the bottom of the ribs. So we can rotate quite comfortably through that area. In the lumbar region, from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the hips, we only get 5%. So we need to make sure we don't rely upon our head to twist. We need to get that whole spine involved. Now our spine is in an S shape. Now the reason for that is it gives us more mobility. Now the S is like this. The top of the S is our chin a little bit forward. Our neck is a little bit forward. Our thoracic area is a little bit back. Our lumbar region is forwards and the tail is back. Now if we exaggerate any of those positions, we're going to get discomfort in our body. So if the chin is too far forward, we'll get neck issues. If the back arches too much, we're going to overstretch the back, concave the chest, and it discourages breathing. It makes it harder to breathe with the chest closed up. Now if we arch in the back too much, we get discomfort in our lower spine or our lower back. And so what we need to do is make sure we lift ourselves up nice and tall. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more as we go through our yoga. So let's start by taking a seat. So sitting up tall. Now if you want to get the best twist, you need to make sure that lumbar from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the hips is lengthened. So the lower spine, you need to lift up. Make sure you're lifting the rib cage up. Tummy draws in to help support that lower back area. Relax your shoulders down and just lower your chin slightly. Relax around your neck and shoulders. Let's pause for a few breaths here. So just focusing on breathing into the chest to begin with. Start to become aware of your breathing. Now bring your breath down to your rib cage. So you want to focus your breathing around your rib cage, and then as much as you can bring it down to your belly. So let's bring it down to the belly now and feel the belly stretch out. Release any tension and tightness around the belly. And now we're going to turn our hands into pincers and place them on our shoulders. Lift your elbows up a little so you can open up your rib cage. Okay, let's breathe in, gaze up, open the arms out, stretch the chest and breathe out. Drop your chin down, fingers to shoulders. Breathe in, open up the chest and breathe out, fingers on shoulders. Let's do that 3 more times. And again. Okay, float the hands down, and now we're going to do some bending forward. So take your right foot, extend it, and bring the left foot to the thigh. Bring your toes forward. Now just line that leg up with the center of your chest. Lift your hips up so you sit on your sit bones. Pull your tummy in and lean forward a little, and that will give you a head start on your forward bending. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath in, reach up, lengthen through the spine. Pull your tummy in and breathe out. Lower the hands down, and wherever they land is fine. So if you can hold your foot, that's good. If otherwise, hands down to the floor. Pull the tummy in and lean forward. Now I want you to lengthen through the spine. So just lifting up a little bit on an angle, looking forwards. Draw the shoulders towards the hips and breathe out, bending forward. So chin to chest, lengthen through the back of the neck, keep the tummy tucked in. Now I want you to bend your elbows. So the more you bend your elbows, the more relaxed around your neck and shoulders you'll be. So let's try and get nice and relaxed around the neck and shoulders by having those elbows very bent. Breathe into the belly and the lower back. Okay, walk the hands back towards the hips, and we've got a kneeling wild thing. So take your left hand behind your back, turn it into a fist, or just place the palm down. Sweep the right arm up and over. Squeeze your buttocks, hips forward. Bring your front foot down to the floor. Now open the chest. You can extend your arm and get a bigger stretch through the side of the body, or if you have any shoulder issues, bend your elbow, place the hand behind the head. So tuck your chin in. Now you can gaze up, look sideways, gaze down. So there's a little twist in the neck already. So just check what your head can do. Breathe into the belly. Okay, let's take a seat. And we're going to take our hand on the shin. Bring your toes forward so we can activate the calf and the ankle. And then rotate your rib cage. Here we go, a little twist in the spine. Chest is facing sideways. Lift your arm up and over. Extend your arm, but draw your shoulders right away from your ears. Now in this position, you can also bend your elbow, hand behind the head, and bring the elbow to point up towards the ceiling to open the chest up and stretch through the side of the body. For those people a little bit more stretchy, you might want to hold your big toe with your top arm and extend your bottom arm past your heel along the floor. So you get an extra stretch through the bottom arm as well. Now breathe into the top side of the body. All right, let's lift up. Beautiful. Lower your hand down. Let's take our ankle, place it on our knee, and we're going to twist again. So lifting up nice and tall, shoulders are down, tummy is in, and take your right hand, rest it on the knee, or take it outside the knee and push the arm onto the knee to give you leverage. Lift up. Remember to lift up through that lower spine, because that's where you're going to get your best twisting from. And then let's rotate. So rotating, so see how we get the head turning, looking in front of the shoulder as we twist. And we've got the thoracic, the upper part of the spine, doing a lot of twisting. And just a little twist in the lower part of the spine. Take a few breaths, keeping up nice and tall. And make sure that hand on the floor is helping to lift you up. All right, let's bring ourselves back around to the front, and we're going to slide our hands behind us. Now, for some people, it may be more comfortable for you to just rest your arms on your shin and lean forward for a stretch on the inner thigh. For those who can manage, bring your hands behind you and point your fingers forward. We're going to bend this knee, the knee of the extended leg, and lift the spine up. Remember, tummy in, lift the spine up nice and tall. And you can bring your foot a bit closer, but I want you to keep the spine tall. Often what happens is when the heel comes too close to the hip, there's a rounding in the back. But I want you to keep lifted. So we won't bring our heel quite so close to our hip. So breathing into the chest is nice and open. And notice where your breath goes to in these postures. All right, beautiful. We're going to slide that leg away and change legs. So take your ankle off your knee, give your legs a shake, and let's try doing this on the other side. So foot to thigh, extend your leg forward, toes towards you, lift the hips up, lengthen through the spine, tummy in, sit down, lean forward, and then sit up again. So you want to get that lean forward, just practice leaning forward so you can get length through the spine. So we're never trying to make our spine straight. we just try to lengthen upwards, lifting up, which lightens the load on our vertebrae. All right, so let's rotate our rib cage so the center of the chest faces the leg, so you can move your leg in a bit if you need to. Big breath in, reach up, palms forward, breathe out, and place your hands on the floor. You can wrap your hands around your feet if you can, and it's comfy for you, and you can bring your elbows to the floor while you do that. So make sure there's a big bend in your arms. If you're stretching your arms right out, I want you to release your foot and just bend your elbows. Much more comfortable in this position. And then bending forward, you get a very good bend, just like this. Chin tucked in, lengthen through the back of the leg. And we've got lots of stretching going in the back of the extended leg. Now for the very flexible people, don't let the back of the knee touch the floor. Okay, several breaths down into the belly and the lower back. Okay, let's walk our hands back to our hips and take the hand behind the back. And we've got a nearly wild thing. Sweep your arm up and notice that big open chest, squeeze your buttocks, reach forward. And you can extend your arm or bend the elbow, hand behind the head, open the chest and gazing forward, look upwards, look downwards, a twist in the neck. There's a little bit of twisting going in the spine. It's not one of the bigger twists. And then sweep your arm down. Beautiful. And let's take that hand on the shin or inside the shin, whichever you prefer. Here we go. We're going to twist. So pull the tummy in, rotate the rib cage so now the chest faces towards the knee. Lift your arm up, breathe in, breathe out, extend over so you can feel that lovely stretch through the side of the body. Just pause here. Just where you know you can manage and get your best stretch is the important place to stop. So for those people who are a little bit bendier or have been doing yoga a while, haven't got a bit stretchier, you can hold your big toe with your bottom hand reach past your heel. That gets you that extra stretch. So keep breathing down to the belly and the lower back. Okay, beautiful. Let's release. Take the ankle on the knee, lifting up nice and tall, pull the tummy in. Now remember, we need to lengthen through that lower spine, lean forward, and you can rest your arms there. Otherwise, you're going to join me in a twist. So taking the left hand outside the knee, pushing the arm into the knee, right arm behind the back, draw the spine up tall with the help of your back hand, and then let's twist through the spine. So can we feel that twist in the upper spine, going down to the lower spine, and then turn your head last of all. So make sure the back is doing the twist first before you bring your head into position. Otherwise, your head might fool the rest of your spine that it's actually twisting. So we need to make sure the spine is twisting and not just the head. And then release and coming forward. Okay, so again, you can be resting forward or you can bend that knee, hands behind the back, fingers pointing forward, lifting up nice and tall through the lower spine, shoulders draw down away from ears. Let's go back into our hip stretch. Breathe into the chest, that's where the air wants to go, so let's breathe there. Alright, so extend the leg, bring the other leg down and give the legs a shake. Alright, now I'm going to move my legs around sideways on the mat. And we've got tabletop. Tabletop's not for everybody, so slide your hands behind your back, fingers pointing forward. Roll the shoulders back, lift the rib cage up. So this is a good position to start off with. So let's all do this, and we can open the chest right up. We need a nice wide open chest for our tabletop. Let's breathe in and breathe out, squeeze the buttocks, lift the hips. Now you can put your head in whichever position you prefer. Chin to chest is the kindest. Otherwise, gaze diagonally up or lower your head back if it's nice and strong. Now you can tuck your feet a bit closer if you want to, or leave the feet where they are. We're going to extend one leg forward, keep it in line with your knee, and let's tap it down. Keep your hips the same height. Don't let one hip drop down. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. Let's change legs. Extend that leg forward, don't let those hips drop. Tap down, hips stay even. Lift. Tap down and lift. Let's try one more time and lift. Bend the knee and let's bring those hips down. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Bring them forward. Let your upper body hang between your legs. Big breaths into your back. Breathe right down to the lower back and between the shoulder blades. Okay, and we've got a butterfly pose. So let's extend the legs forward. Bring the toes towards you, lifting up the rib cage, lovely and tall. And then place the hands down, slide the hands back past hips. Draw the shoulders down, lift the rib cage up. Now this is a lovely back strengthener, so I don't want any weight in your hands. I want your shoulders drawn downwards. If you're working too much in your hips, bend your knees. Sometimes the hips can do too much work and it's very uncomfortable. Now keep breathing. Fill up the rib cage. Okay, beautiful. We're going to bend those knees and just walk the back a little bit. Hands behind the knees. We've got a stretch in our back. Pull the tummy in, round the back out, drop the chin towards the chest. Now I want you to lengthen your arms. So you're pulling your navel down towards your spine, shoulders are down, chin is dropped. So you should be getting a nice big stretch in your back. So breathe into the mid-back. It's quite challenging. And lift yourselves back up again. Let's come into butterfly pose. Now your heels can be close to your hips or a little bit further away. Lifting up nice and tall, shoulders are down, tummy in. Now it might be more comfortable for you to hold your ankles, but if you can let go, do lift your arms up into prayer and bring your thumbs down to heart center. Tighten your tummy, make sure that you keep nice and strong through your waist so you're still lifting your spine up. As soon as you weaken in your waist, your lower back rounds out. So we need to keep nice and tall and strong. Okay, beautiful. Let's bring those knees up, feet apart, and let's drop forward. Take 3 breaths into your back. Now we're going back to butterfly pose. I'm going to sit nice and tall, and then I want you to reach your arms forward. That's it, lovely. We're going to link those fingers and press the palms together. Breathe in, breathe out. Pull the tummy in, round the back out. You need a round back for this. Drop your chin towards your chest, lean back. So your waist should be working quite strongly now. Okay, can you feel that? Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Twist, your hands might line up with your knee, or if you have good rotation, your hands will go further past your knee. Breathe in forward, breathe out. Twist the opposite direction. Let's do that one more time each side. Breathe in forward, breathe out and twist. Breathe in forwards and out to twist. Okay, breathe in and then breathe out. And let's bring our knees up, hands behind the knees. Roll ourselves down to a nice lying position. and drop the knees out into a butterfly pose. And you can place your left hand on your heart center, right hand on the belly, press the elbows down, lift shoulder blades up, hug them together, flatten the back down. Lift the head up, tuck the chin in, lengthen through the back of the neck. And let's take several breaths here. Now let's bring the knees up to the ceiling, walk the feet a little closer to the hips, and one at a time, bring them to the chest. Let's give them a hug. Now you can lift your hips up a little bit to lengthen through the lower spine and just rock from side to side. You can make it a vigorous rock or just a little rock. I'm going to twist, so let's place one foot on the floor and cross the other over. Now you can just have your ankle on your knee if you like. Bring your arms to a T position, and let's start off with our ankle on the knee and then lower the foot down to the floor. Now that might be enough of a twist for some of you. If you could do a little bit more, bring your thighs together and take a bigger twist. Turn your head the opposite direction and make sure that you have your shoulder blades on the floor. Let's take a few breaths in this position and remember to breathe down to the belly. Now let's lift the knees up to the ceiling and we're going to change the cross of the legs. So this time I'm placing the opposite ankle on the knee and lowering the foot to the floor, turning my head the opposite way. Now I can manage a little bit more, so I'm crossing the thighs and coming into a stronger twist. Okay, let's lift the knees up and bring them back to the chest. We've got a happy baby. So hands behind the thighs, bring the knees wider than the hips. Let's slide the hands up to the ankles for a level 2 hand position or level 3. Hold the feet. Insteps or outside edges. Give your arms a nice shake. Tighten the tummy. Flatten the lower back to the floor. So let's rock from side to side. Just gently rocking. Use your back muscles to control the rock so you don't roll over to the side. Okay, that's lovely. Let's bring those feet back down to the floor and we're going to bring one knee to chest and extend the other leg along the mat. Let's rotate that ankle, give the ankles a real treat. Let's rotate back the other way. We're going to lift that leg up and take a stretch. So if you put your hands below your knees and bring your leg forward, you can sort of find out where the best stretch is for your leg. Remember not to overstretch. That means it's very uncomfortable for you. So you don't want to be really uncomfortable. Just a little bit uncomfortable is fine. So some of you might like to walk your hands up your leg, lifting your shoulders, lifting your head and dropping your chin to chest, relaxing the shoulders down. And you might like to hold your foot or your big toe. It's entirely up to you what you like holding. And let's take several breaths here. Let's change sides. So place that foot down, bring the other knee to the chest and extend the leg. Right, let's rotate those ankles again. And back around the other way. Lift your leg up to the ceiling and take a stretch. Beautiful.
Now, of course, if you want to walk up your leg like you did last time, just pick the same position. So you want to match each side of your body. Perhaps even holding your big toe. Just pick something that works for you. Okay, let's place that foot down. Now bring both feet to the end position. Heels in line with sit bones and directly under the knees to give them earth support. Alright, let's breathe into the belly, breathe out, draw the navel to spine, bring the bottom of the hips forward so the lower back is sitting flat on the floor. Okay, take a little practice to get this, but keep doing it to lengthen the lower spine. Then breathe out, peel the vertebrae off the floor, lifting the hips up. Now what we want is the weight to rest evenly in our shoulder blades and our heels. Squeeze the buttocks together, lift the hips a little bit higher. Feel like you're drawing your knees towards your toes, so you get your thighs switching on, and you can see this nice line if you gaze at your knees. Nice line from the knees down to shoulders, buttocks working quite strongly. You can kick your feet a hip width apart and stay in the ramp. You can also toe heel your feet a little bit closer and lift one leg up to the ceiling. Now we're going to hold our hips up, don't let them drop. Point and flex your foot. Let's point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Let's do that one more time. Point and flex. Now we're going to bend the knee, place the foot down. Make sure those hips are keeping lifted, don't let them sag. And then lift the other foot up to the ceiling. Keep the hips lifted. Point, flex, point and flex. Let's keep going. How are we doing? Are we keeping those hips lifted? One more time, point and a flex. Bend the knee, foot down. Make sure the buttocks is firm. Let's breathe into the belly, breathe out. Let's roll down one vertebrae at a time. Pay attention to the lower back. Lengthen and flatten. Beautiful. And let's settle the hips down. Let that arch reappear. All right, now let's bring the knees to the chest. Lift your hips up so you can lengthen through that lower spine. And then we're going to lift the legs up and tighten the tummy. You can push through the ball of the foot to lengthen the legs out. You'll rotate them slightly outwards using the inner thighs. That's it, lovely. Now let's bring the chin to chest, lift the shoulder blades up, tighten the tummy and flatten that tummy right down. So you've got real control over that tummy. Extend the arms past the thighs. Now lift up a bit higher, tighten the tummy, lift a bit higher. And then let's take the legs down. Can you lower the leg down one at a time? Tighten your tummy, keep nice and strong, lift up. And we're going to lower the other leg down and lift. Let's try that 2 more times each side. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Last time. Breathe out and lift. Beautiful, extending that leg. Lifting up, take hands behind the knees, come into boat pose. Did we manage to balance? Draw the shoulders down, tummy tight. Keep the lower spine nice and long, so we don't want any slumping. We want to be lifting up tall. Now, you can extend your legs up to the ceiling as long as you don't use your hips too much. I'm going to keep my knees bent and extend the arms past my knees and thighs, reaching my fingers towards the wall. Okay, beautiful. Now from here, you can come into a scale pose by holding your legs, walking your hands to the top of your feet. Pull your tummy in, and as you lift your heels up, drop your chin to your chest and feel that lovely stretch around the shoulder blades. Big stretch. Keep breathing into your back, balance. So we don't need straight legs. A little bend in the knees is always helpful. And keep that balance point. It's a wonderful balance. All right, let's float those feet down. Can you cross the legs? roll forward onto hands and knees. Now if you just need to bring your legs out to the side, just do that and join me in a cat position. Alright, we've got cat-cow pose. So let's breathe in, cat arch. Pull the tummy up, round the back out, stretch between those shoulder blades. And breathe in, cow pose. Drop your tummy towards the floor, tuck toes under, draw shoulders to hips and look forward. Breathe in, cat arch, big stretch in the back. And breathe out, cow pose. Alright, breathe in, cat arch. Pull the tummy up, stretch through the arms. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Squeeze your buttocks together. Pull your tummy up. Lengthen through your arms. And let's take a little sit down into an angry cat. Big stretch in the back. And breathe in, lift up. And let's finish off with a cow pose. Flatten the feet down. And we're going to lift one hand up to the ceiling. Here's our twist. Can we feel that rotation through that mid-back area? Just reaching up, just around the shoulder blades, underneath the shoulder blades, down to the lower spine. Beautiful. If you can, bring your hand behind your back, hold your hip, and rotate a little bit more. This time you can turn your head to look up at the ceiling if it's comfortable. Take a few breaths here. Let's bring that hand back down to the floor and try the other side. So let's breathe in, reach up. And then if you can, bring your arm behind your back, hold your hip or anything you can reach. Draw the shoulders down, tummy in. Twist a little bit more so it's a bigger twist. Gaze up if you can, otherwise pick a more comfortable position for your head. Okay, and release that twist. Hand down to floor. Child's pose. So let's take a seat on the heels. Bring the knees just wide out, just as wide as the hips. Extend the other arms forward. Now we're going to slide our left hand next to our knee and bring the right arm across so we get a stretch through the side of the body. Big breaths through the side. We're changing sides, so bring that hand down to the outside of the knee and reach across with the other arm. So big stretch around the hip and the rib cage and through the arm. Breathe into that side of the body that's stretching. Now bring that hand back. And let's pull the tummy up, round the back out, and bring ourselves to a kneeling position. Now, with this kneeling position, I just want you to be aware that you are stretching the tops of your feet, and that can be quite uncomfortable for some people. If it is, lift up onto your knees, squeeze your buttocks, push your hips forward, tighten your thighs, and do the moves in this position. I'm going to sit on my heels because I need to stretch the tops of my feet. So let's link the fingers, turn the hands inside out into Venus lock and reach up to the ceiling. Reach up as high as you can, lifting your shoulders up, drawing your tummy in, lengthening through your spine. Now lower your shoulders down and bring your hands forward if you need to do that. Now we're going to breathe in and breathe out, pull the navel in, rotate through the spine. So here we go into the upper part of the spine. And just working into the lower bit, and then breathe in forward, breathe out, twist the other way. So can you see that it's working more into the upper part of the spine? Breathe in forwards, breathe out, twist the other way. One more time, breathe in and breathe out to twist. Breathe in forward, and let's flat those hands down. Coming back into our cat pose. Now we're going to put ourselves in a child's pose. Now we've got our spitting cobra today, but let's start off with our child's pose, having the arms extended. We're going to breathe in, lift up to cat, and breathe out. Squeeze your buttocks, come into cobra.
Draw the shoulders down, lengthen through the spine. So we've got lovely flexion in the back. Buttocks is firm. Chin lifted if you want to. Breathe in, pull the tummy up. Arch into the back. So let's try our angry cat again. Big arch in the back. Let's bring ourselves halfway down. It's quite challenging with a rounded back. And then release your back and take a seat in child's pose. Let's do it again. Breathe into cat. Breathe out, cobra. Breathe in, pull the tummy up, round the back out, big arch. Coming to angry cat. And then go into child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Breathe into cat. Breathe out to cobra. Breathe in, cat. Pull the tummy up, arch the back, angry cat. And child's pose. Now if you can, join me in a snake, otherwise continue to do the same move. Lower the elbows down. Have your nose almost touching the floor. Run it along the mat. When it lines up with your thumbs, lift your elbows and then flatten your hips to the floor, come into cobra. This is quite strong upper body work. Now you can reverse this and go the other way. It is quite strong on shoulders, so any shoulder issues, you might want to miss that out. Pull the tummy up, arch into the back, stretch in the back, angry cat, come down. Elbows drop, back into snake, slide forward. Lift those elbows, cobra. Beautiful, draw the shoulders down, gaze up. Breathe into the belly. Breathe in, pull the belly up, big cat arch, angry cat. Child's pose. All right, let's do this one more time. Elbows down, skim the floor. Cobra. And then lifting up, pull the tummy up. Coming to child's pose. Let's pause for a moment. Take 3 big breaths into your back. And then lift up into a cat and come into down dog. And let's just pause here a moment, walking the heels up and down, nice big stretch in the ankles and the calves. Now let's lower the heels towards the floor, getting that stretch in the ankles. Now don't make your down dog too narrow. Some people walk their feet forward so they can flatten their heels. I don't want you to do that. I want you to have your feet in an average dog position. Don't have them too far back either, because you'll just feel like you're stretching too much. We've got a twisted dog, which is a beautiful twist. So you can bring your feet a little bit closer and then take the hand, one hand. So I'm taking my right hand outside my left knee, and then I can slide it to my ankle if I want to. Put the weight evenly through your feet, look under your arm. Let's pause and hold, quite a strong position. If you can't quite manage it, stay in a down dog. And then release, change sides. So hold the outer edge of the knee with your left hand, the right knee, and then slide your hand down your foot and get yourself into position. So keep lengthened through the arm, chest to thigh. Take a few breaths here. You feel that twist through the spine, quite a strong twist. And let's place our hand on the floor again and walk our hands towards our feet. That's it, heels under hips. Have your feet parallel, hold the elbows, chin to chest, gaze at your thighs, and just bring the body weight a little bit forward in your foot and move the elbows from side to side with your torso. Now this helps to stretch the lower back and all the way down the back, even the backs of the legs. You can feel that stretch all into the back of your body. And we're adding a little twist by swinging side to side. Now lower your hands to your shins, breathe in, breathe out, tighten the tummy, slide the hands up the legs, squeeze the buttocks, stack the vertebrae on at a time, roll those shoulders back, and lift up the rib cage. Beautiful. Let's pause here for a few breaths. Okay, let's do 4 sun salutes. So I'm going to move forward on the mat.
So let's bring those feet together. Just make sure the bones don't touch. And lengthen through the lower spine. Squeeze the buttocks, tighten the tummy and the thighs. Remember, we need to lift that spine, lengthen the spine. Lift shoulders to ears, roll them back and draw them downwards. Relax the arms down. Make sure your chin is parallel to the floor. Check the back of your neck that it's not uncomfortable. And let's take 3 breaths right down to our belly. So count to 3 as you breathe in, count to 3 as you breathe out. Okay, deep breath in, sun salute. Reaching up, palms touch, and breathe out, forward fold. Chest to thighs, and flat back. Lengthen through the spine. Hands can be on shins, the hands can be on the toes or on the floor in front, just so you can get out of your heels and into the fronts of your feet. Forward fold. Step back for plank. And let's pause here in plank for a few breaths. So squeeze your buttocks together, tighten your tummy, slide your shoulders towards your hips, and let's take 3 breaths here. Let's breathe in, breathe out, planking down to the floor. Breathe in, cobra, tuck toes under, breathe out, pull the tummy up, soften the knees so the back stays comfortable, and let's pause in a down dog. This is generally a rest position, so you want to make yourself quite comfortable here. And then let's crouch, look between the thumbs, step the right foot, then the left foot forward, flat back, or forward fold. Flat back, lengthen, and breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, sun salute, lift up. Breathe out, hands down to sides and back to chest in prayer. Deep breath in and out. Sun salute. Big breath in. And swan dive, forward fold. Flat back and forward fold. Step back to plank. Pause, breathe in, breathe out. Plank into floor. Breathe in, cobra. And tuck toes under, breathe out, down dog. And let's pause here. Crouch, look between your thumbs and step your left foot, then your right foot forward, chest to thighs, let the head drop down and flat back. And breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, sun salute, lift up. And breathe out, hands down to chest. Right, we're going to change that up now. So take a deep breath in, sun salute. Squeeze your buttocks, push your hips forward and breathe out. Let the thumbs follow the center of the face, down the center of the chest and the body. Forward fold, flat back. Breathe out, forward fold. Step your right foot, then your left foot back. You're welcome to jump your feet back if you want to. Okay, breathe in, breathe out, planking to floor. Breathe in, cobra. Tuck toes under, breathe out, and down dog. Now from here, we're going to step our feet together and lift our right leg up into 3-leg dog. Squeeze your buttocks, bring your chest to your thighs. Do not rotate your foot outwards. Lunge your foot between your hands, lower your back knee down. Flatten the top of the foot, sweep the arms back, circle the arms, bring the shoulder blades down and move forward into the hips so you're getting a good hip stretch. Breathe into the belly, 3 big breaths. Now lower your hands down, tuck the back toe under, step the front foot next to the back foot next to the front foot. We've got a chair pose, so stay in your forward bend, sweep the arms back, lift them up, wide prayer, and then reach up to the ceiling. Breathe out, hands back to chest. Deep breath in and out. Let's do that one more time. Sun salute. Open your chest, squeeze your buttocks, bend back. Breathe out, thumbs follow the center of the body line right down to the floor, forward fold. Flat back. Breathe in and breathe out, forward fold. Step back, left foot, right foot, or jump. Breathe in, breathe out, plank to floor. Breathe in, cobra. Tuck toes under, breathe out, and it's down dog. Now we're going to do the same three-leg dog on the other side, so step your feet together. Lift your left leg up, keep the 5 toes pointing to the floor, move the chest towards the thighs so the leg lifts, and then lunge between the hands, lower the back knee down, flatten the foot. Sweep the arms back and let's circle the arms, drop the shoulders down, lift the chin, move the hips forward. Beautiful. Take 3 breaths down to the belly. Bring your hands to the floor, tap the back toe under, step the back foot next to the front in a forward fold. Chair pose, sweep the arms back, lifting up. Wide prayer, reach up to the ceiling and breathe out, hands down to chest. Deep breath in and out to finish. Right, give yourselves a little shake. And we're going to do sun salute again, but it's just to start off with sun salute and go into a down dog. We've got some standing strength with twists. So you haven't forgotten the twists. We're going to do some more now. Now let's take a deep breath in, sun salute. And breathe out, forward fold, chest to thighs. And flat back. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold, and step your feet back to down dog. Now from your down dog, we're going to do a 3-leg dog. So step the feet together, lift the right foot up, remember 3-leg dog, toes point to the floor. Now bend your knee, scorpion, rotate the hip to the ceiling, look under your arm. Now you don't need to look under your arm. If you can't get your hip to the ceiling, just have it where you can look at your thumbs. If you can, lift it right up, look under your arm and keep the weight evenly through the hands. Just a little closer to the thighs. Take 3 breaths. Lunge your foot between your hands. Now you can always do this in a cat position. Now we've got a high lunge, wide press. So make sure your feet are hip width apart. Have a look. That's it. Now sweep the arms back, lift up. You should be steady as a rock. So when your legs are hip width apart, you're on the toes. If you are wobbly, pop your back heel to the floor. So you're nice and stable. Breathe down to the belly. Now breathe in, breathe out, elbow to knee, other hand to hip. If you can go to level 2, which is prayer twist. Remember to lengthen through your back leg, but don't lock your knee. Now bring one hand to the floor, one hand to ceiling. Let's rotate. So we're in a reverse warrior 2. So going from a twist to a reverse warrior 2, which is another twist. So the torso should be facing sideways, arms reaching forward and backwards. Now we're going to straighten the front leg and lower the back heel down. You might have to bring it slightly in. And we're going to reach the front hand forward into a reverse triangle, another twist. So this is quite strong. You might want your hand on your hip. If you can't quite get your hand outside your leg, you can place it inside. But try to feel that twist. So tummy in, squeeze your buttocks together, a nice rotation through the spine. Okay, bring your top hand towards your hip. Now bring your arms up over your head. We're going to open the arms out into triangle the opposite way. Alright, so push your hips back, reach your arm forward, and down we go into our triangle. Now tummy in, lengthen through the spine, shoulders towards hips. Now here we go with another twist. So we're going through one twist after the other. So we should be feeling quite energized after yoga today. Okay, beautiful. So lifting up, and we're going to take the back arm forwards, breathe in and breathe out. Hands to floor, front foot back, into down dog, into our rest position. So just A little bit of movement. Let's try that on the other side. So step your feet together. Lift the left leg up. Point the toes to the floor. We're in a three-leg dog. Bend the knee, then rotate the hip up. And again, if you can't quite get that hip lifted, look at your toes or look under your arm to get the hip lifted. And let's take a few breaths here. Now lunge your foot between your hands. Okay, beautiful. We're in a high lunge, so just make sure the feet are hip width apart. Sweep the arms back, lift it up. Lovely. Stable, stretch your fingers out, reach your arms to the ceiling. Try to stretch them out if you can. 3 breaths down to the belly. Okay, lovely. Now let's breathe in, breathe out. Elbow on knee, hand on hip for level 1 twist. Or you can do prayer twist outside your knee, quite strong. So press the knee into the elbow. You can bring one hand to the floor, one hand to ceiling, and we're going to windmill ourselves up into reverse warrior 2. Back into the twist, so one twist to the next. Okay, now we're going to straighten the front leg, lower the back heel down, and come into a reverse triangle. Pull the tummy in, squeeze the buttocks. That's it, lovely. Find a position that can work for you. Quite strong. Take 3 breaths. And then lifting up, bring the arms up, turn the chest around, ready for triangle other direction. Push the hips to the back, reach the arms forward, triangle into position. Now keep that tail tucked under on. Still squeeze the buttocks, tighten your tummy. So don't let your buttocks pop out the back. You lose your stretch on the inner thigh. Okay, let's breathe in, lifting up. Take the other arm up, breathe out, hands to floor. Front foot back into down dog. Let's just pause here, stretching our fingers out. And rise up onto the balls of the feet. Let's come down to knees and rest in a child's pose. So toes together, knees wide, arms extended. All right, let's walk those hands towards the knees. Now, I'll move forward just a little bit. Now this time we're going to do a toe stretch. So lean forward, tuck the toes under, sit on your heels. So quite strong on toes. If your toes don't like this, again, you need to lift up, squeeze the buttocks, firm tummy and thighs, and do the same move with us. So I'm sitting on my heels and we're going to do a twist. So let's breathe in, arms above the head, and then breathe out. Wrap your left arm around your waist and your right arm behind the back. Shoulders draw down, spine lifts tall. Turn your head to look just in front of your shoulder. Pause for 3 breaths. Okay, breathe in, lifting the arms up. Breathe out, we're wrapping the arms around the other way, shoulders down, and look in front of the other shoulder. Take 3 breaths. Okay, breathe in, lift the arms up. Now we're going to lift up onto the knees, float the hands down, turn them into fists, place them just above the lower back for our camel. Squeeze the buttocks, push the hips forward, draw the shoulders downwards, chin to chest. That's it, lovely. Lengthen through the spine, Now, you can lower your head back if that's comfortable for you, or just keep your head looking forward. Now, you can also bring your hands down to your ankles. You can flatten your feet if you prefer. Open the chest, tuck the shoulder blades together, and let's take 3 breaths here. Take a walk with your hands up your back, and then dive your hands down by your sides. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe into your back. All right, let's lift up. And we're going to lean forward, cross the ankles, walk the hands back, and bring the legs forward. So let's bring the hands behind the knees and lift up nice and tall. Now, why don't we add another twist? Breathe in, lift the arms above the head in prayer. Breathe out, pull that tummy in, round the back out, chin drops down towards chest. Just leaning back, so we're working nice and firmly into the waist, and then let's twist. Breathe in, forward, breathe out and twist. Breathe in, forward, and let's roll ourselves down, just 1 vertebrae at a time. So we're in a lying position. So let's bring the knees to the chest, 1 at a time, and give the knees a nice big hug. So just rocking from side to side, just on that lower back. Now let's bring the arms out to a T position and lower the knees down to one side. Take the hand nearest the knee and place it on top. Turn your head the opposite way. Now extend your top leg, just resting your hand on top of the knee. For some of you, it might be quite comfortable to extend the other leg. Now, try and stack your ankles and your legs, and you can find out where your top hip is at. If it's too far back, the feet don't quite match. Now you can also bring your leg a little bit forward and hold your big toe. So that gives you an extra stretch in the leg. Remember to keep your shoulder blades on the floor. And then release. Let's bend the knees and lift the knees to the ceiling. And let's lower them down to the other side. Bring your arms into the T and turn your head the opposite way. So extending the top leg, and we take the top hand, place it on the outer edge of that knee. Now, of course, if you can straighten the other leg out, do. So your body looks like a capital L shape. Torso is this downstroke of the L. The legs out to the side are the bottom part of the L. Now, if you want to hold your big toe, just bring it forward a little, hold the big toe. So that increases the stretch. Then release. Let's bring those knees back to the chest. And we're going to lift them up to the ceiling. So let's tighten the tummy. I'm just lifting those legs up. Just keep them lifted for a moment. Now if you can point through the balls of the feet, rotate the feet out a little bit so you can lengthen through the backs of the legs. So if you want to hold the backs of the legs, you can. Otherwise, arms by the sides. Or you can bring your arms over your head. So try to flatten your shoulder blades down. Keep your tummy firm and your rib cage a little bit flat. So you don't want your back arching off the floor. That mid-back needs to be connected to the floor, so it's quite a strong position. Bring your arms a bit wider if you need to. Try and get your backs of your fingernails to touch the floor. Now let's bring the knees to the chest and the hands to knees. Just a gentle rock from side to side. Then bring your feet as wide as the mat and drop your knees inwards. So let's press the elbows down, lift the shoulder blades up, hug them together, flatten the back down, place the left hand on heart centre and right hand on belly. Lift the head up, tuck the chin in, lengthen through the back of the neck, and let's bring the soles of the feet together and drop the knees out wide. Breathe into the belly as we calm the body down, getting ready for relaxation. When you're ready, extend your legs, drop your feet and your thighs outwards. You can continue to rest your hand and your hands on your chest and your belly, otherwise arms to sides. Keep those shoulder blades nice and flat on the mat. Let your feet and thighs roll outwards so we can get nice and relaxed on the inner thighs and around the hips. Now you can turn the video off and spend extra time relaxing, and then turn it back on to finish with me. So for those of you who just want to finish with me, let's start to move our fingers and toes and bring the breath down to the belly. Then walk your feet to the end position and roll over to your side, resting your head on your arm. Lift yourself up into a seated position, resting the hands on the knees or in the lap. Just lifting up nice and tall through the spine, and just drop the chin slightly. Soft shoulders. And lower your hands towards the floor. Lift the arms above your head in prayer. And breathe out. Bring the thumbs to the heart center. Focus on your breathing and focus on the thumbs connecting to the heart center. And let's take 3 deep breaths, breathing into the belly. Bring the breath up to the ribs, shoulders and back, and breathe out. And again, breathe into the belly, into ribs, shoulders and back, and breathe out. Let's take 1 more deep breath into the chest. Fill up your lungs as much as you can, and breathe out. And have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind, and a wonderful day. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed your twisting today and you've received some of the benefits already from your practice. If you like my video, press like and make a comment. Press subscribe now and join me with further updates. Have a beautiful day.